Hello there, Pat Minner here. August 1st, 2014. Filming a few practices. Just letting it go. No editing, nothing, just letting it go. And I haven't been out here 5 minutes, so really hadn't got but just a 7 or 8 throw warm up. So what I'm going to work on for the camera is going from 1.5 spin to 2 spin. And the reason I'm going to film it is it goes from a blade throw back to a handle throw, from 1.5 rotations to 2 rotations. And there's just a different feel there that you got to get used to. So without further ado, let's just see how we do. Forward. There's a bullseye. Target I was getting 4s on yesterday. Doing better on it, I think I will. Seems like that was a good shot. Again, I'm just filming this in case somebody wants to watch them. I don't even know how much rain we've had lately. A lot. And the ground is very wet and the targets are soaked, which is really a good thing, but it softens them up some. A lot of times if you're throwing to the left or right, you just need to pivot the body. You don't need to change up. What you do is, see there's 3 bullseyes in a row. And all I did to adjust was I was standing pretty square with the target and slightly coming across the body, putting to the left a little bit. So if you pivot the body, it's like a steering wheel. You steer into the throw. Honking and throwing. Hold the body a little bit. There's the bullseye. Turn the body a little bit. That's a pretty good throw. Beautiful weather out here. 70s. Overcast. Yesterday, I got maybe an hour of practice and shot a video. Now, that was 1.5. That's a blade throw. Now what you want to do, the next throw will be the 2 spin, which is your 4th line, 4th meter line. I haven't thrown this today, so I'm going to have to shut up and focus a little bit. Not enough gunpowder on it. That's a bullseye. Well, we got a couple of bullseyes out of that. And you go from, well, 1.5, let me restate that. 1.5 is a pretty smooth release. You release at the middle of the knife. Try to hit the center of the bullseye. Hope y'all can hear me. for the two spin, got to put a little more powder on in it. A little stronger shot, a little different. I release at the top of the blade toward the bullseye. Blame it on nothing but happening. Very seldom ever miss a two spin. And come right back with vengeance. Whenever you miss a throw, come right back with vengeance. I mean, put it on. That's a bullseye. That's pretty close to a bullseye. So anyway, I apologize for the drop knife. Okay, I'll make an excuse. That top target has a hole in it. I can almost put my fist in it. Actually, a teenager's fist. It's not that big a hole. It's pretty deep, and if you don't hit either out here or directly in that hole, it will bounce the knife for you. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Well, I decided in my mind I was going to film everyday practice. So actually, I've only missed one day. I did practice that day. I just didn't shoot the video. Don't know why. Probably just because I got focused into throwing instead of filming. Here's a tip for you. If you're throwing on pine blocks, Mike Kolish taught me the first stage of this. You get resin on your hands and it makes them sticky. It doesn't bother you too much on blade throws, a little bit. But when you go back to that handle throw, from handling that blade and getting resin on your hands, it's very difficult to let go of that handle because your hand's sticky. Mike Kolish taught me in 2001 at the Texas State Championship to put talc on my hands, just a little bit, and rub it in. He said don't put it on the knife itself, just put a little bit in your hand, rub it in really good. That works for handle throws. But if you get your hands really slick with that talcum powder or a blade throw, you're going to slip that throw. So what I do is I take clay sand that you can get at Lowe's or Home Depot, and I mix some talcum powder in it. And you don't want to put a lot of talcum powder, not even half talcum powder, maybe a fourth talcum powder to your clay sand. And you put a little bit in the palm of your hand and you rub it in really good and get in between your fingers and all. And you have a little bit of a grit there. And that helps me tremendously, especially on the handle throw. So I wanted to share that with you. Y'all have a great day. I hope there's somebody out there gets to throw today, not just me. Like I say, if the weather holds out, I want to be out here a few hours practicing. So what we did to review, we went from 1.5 spin to 2 spins. And we got some good throws. Like I say, I'm very, very interested at this stage of my training and practice to visualize the knife going into the 4 zone. And if you get accurate enough to get in that zone, that 4 zone, at all your throws, you're gonna have a really good score. After you get that vision, work on that a few weeks, then you start zeroing in on that 3-inch or 4-inch bullseye in the center. You learn to pivot the body. If you're throwing left or right, doesn't mean you have to move over. If you're throwing to the left, it doesn't mean you have to move up your point of aim over to the left. All you have to do is pivot that body just a little bit, just like a steering wheel. See here? See the hand move and release it at that point. Bam. Adjust. That's what it is. And it's okay. You know, when I started back conventional throwing again, I thought, I've got to just be great. Just try to be better than you. Just try to improve. And it takes the pressure off. You know, if you scored 258 last year, try to improve 5 points. That'd be a 263. That's what took second place in the World Championship last year. And I'm sure the second place winner is thinking the same thing. I scored a 263. I want to go in the 270s, and he probably will too. He's a great thrower. So anyway, enough rambling on about things, but I got the time, and I got the will, and I got the camera, and I have some skill. So I like to share that with young throwers, and maybe some of you veteran pro throwers might get something out of it. I wish you guys did more videos, because I can learn from those myself. Thank you for your time.